Hey everyone, currently there is a Rifleman, a Life Leech tribe, and the Gunboat Energy tribe. So let's use these tribes and do some operation attacks with them. And I'm also going to use armor, because we need to make sure that the splash damage buildings are not going to take out our rifles before they can heal themselves. The first base we have is this cooker, and I'm using 3 boats of bombardiers with bullets to take out these shields in the middle. And then 5 boats of rifles on the left side later for the rocket launchers. The bombardiers are just gonna take out now these boom cannons and also some of these flamethrowers to make sure that all the rifles are going to stay near the rocket launchers and take out the shields on the left. And as you can see with armor, our rifles are not really taking damage, and with the Life Leech they can heal themselves back up very quickly. And also the lasers are not doing a lot of damage to my bombardiers. Without armor, some bombardiers would have already gotten taken out, so that also helps. I only have to get the shields in the middle, and the shields on the left with the rifles, and after that I can go for a rush. And I also threw a critter and shocked the hotpot, just to make sure that I'm not shocking the hotpot once it's underground, and then that would waste some GB. So another shock for the hotpot, and now the bombardiers are taking out the last shield. So timed it pretty well. Bombardiers and the rifles are finishing the shield basically at the same time. And so that smoke is just to protect some rifles from that mortar, because the mortars still do a lot of damage even with armor. And I don't want to lose too many troops. So I also cleared some of the mines, and now I can go for the core. I'm going to rush there from above the core, simply because there's less mortars, because I would have to shock the mortars. And there I only need 2 shocks for the mortars, so just to save some GB. And now I can flare the core, and then it's 2 shocks for the mortars, and also through some critters. Probably could have shocked the lasers also with the mortar, and but with armor it's still, lasers are not really able to take out my rifles. I'm losing a few, but not too many of them. It also helps that the lasers are targeting different troops, and down goes the core there. So a nice solo there with the rifles. Like usually they are not really possible to use in operations, but with the tribe it is possible. Then we have this Redline, a pretty standard layout, but there's only 2 shields and 4 shields are missing, so that makes it possible with the rifles. And I'm using 8 boats of rifles with Kawan and Second Wind. And there are not too many rocket launchers, so I don't need a smoke in the beginning. And you can just flare towards these boom cannons, throw 1 smoke. And I'm gonna have to clear a few of these boom mines and mines. I can just go to the back now. I don't really need a medkit, also because there's armor, but I still used one. So that wasted some GB, I could have saved it. Because armor also reduces the barbed wire damage a lot. The Kawan was a bit behind there. But luckily there are some cells, so our rifles can heal once the rocket launchers fire at them. The only thing I have to worry about is to make sure that Kawan is not gonna get taken out. Because once he stays back, he can take quite a lot of damage. And he doesn't heal himself, so usually he's not healing a lot of health because of that, and sometimes that can get him taken out. Just threw some shocks for these sniper turrets and cannons, because they would one-shot my rifles. So I want to keep them alive. And all these rocket launchers, they don't do enough damage to take out my rifles. especially once my rifles are a bit spread out. They don't always, or not all rocket launchers target the same troop. And because of that, it's the damage is spread between them, and then they can heal themselves with the life leech. And yeah, even gonna take out those rocket launchers down there. And yeah, once the shields are there, my rifles are a little bit in danger. As you can see, they don't really life leech now. I don't know if it's really supposed to be like that, but once there's a shield on the core, they don't really, the troops are not really leeching. So they don't heal, so the shield needs to get taken out. And then the rifles can leech again. But yeah, luckily there's only 2 shields, and with armor and Kawan healing, the rifles are still able to survive at least a good amount. It also helps that some of these rifles at the top are targeting those snub towers, and those rifles can life leech. Yeah, just the ones that are hitting the core can't. But yeah, now the shield went down, and you can instantly see the rifles are healing back to full health. Now it's just a matter of the time to finish that core. And down it goes. Redline solo. I think you don't see that too often with all rifles and Kawan. So pretty fun attack. Even though it's probably not the most challenging layout. And then for the last attack, I guess a small bonus attack. As you can see on the statues, I'm using Sabotage Engraver. And yeah, we're gonna try and solo this green court with Scorchers. And I have to bring Bullet first to take this right side shield out with him. So there are also some sabotages on this base, but I don't think it made a huge difference. I mean, obviously it helped a little bit. I'm also using energy drink to make sure I can finish that shield. If Bullet would take too much damage, I can use an energy drink if I need to. And it looks like that Bullet does enough damage, so I don't really have to use an energy drink. And they're dropping the Scorchers now on this left side. Bullet almost finished his shield. And yeah, there he almost got it, and once I get more GP I can drop the last boat of the Scorchers. Also want Flare to stay outside of the boom cannon range. Yeah, Bullet got the shield, dropped the last Scorcher. Now I just have to farm a lot of GB. Because we have to take out the shields and the core with the Scorchers if we want to solo it. And again, trying to stay outside of the boom cannon range. I'm not really worried too much about these rocket launchers. They do some damage, but not too much damage. Like the doom cannons at the core are the main thing that will take out our Scorchers. And it doesn't matter if our Scorchers are at 1000 health or at 10,000 health. From the rocket launchers, the doom cannons are gonna take them out in one shot, probably either way. So another reflare, and then I'm going straight for this shield with one shock on some of the cannons and boom cannons. And then go straight for this top shield. I'm gonna use a few smokes to make sure the cannons don't take out my Scorchers. Like, I think there was one doom cannon that I sabotaged, so that definitely helped. And now another shock and flare this top shield. And yeah, also this lower shield in the middle was missing, so that also helped a little bit. Now the shields are down. Use a few more smokes and now go for the core. I'm trying to throw some critters and shocks. And also had to shock the hot pots. And yeah, the doom cannons are doing a lot of damage. Right now they're still distracted a little bit by the critters, but they are gone now, and as you can see it's gonna get very close. The Scorchers are getting taken out and the core health is almost down, but yeah, it's just not enough. There's a little bit of health left, and the damage from the Scorcher. The burn damage also didn't finish it off, and 25,000 health left. So that's unsatisfying, but yeah, still a nice attack, and I still wanted to show it. If you want to support me, make sure to use code Kaktus in the shop, and thanks for watching, bye.